On February 3rd, 1988, the city of Washington rejoiced. Over 650,000 fans lined Pennsylvania Avenue to hail their Super Bowl champions, the Washington Redskins. It was a salute to a team second to none, and the sounds of success rang from the Chesapeake Bay to the Shenandoah. At a reception at the White House, President Reagan honored the team and was honored in return.
But I have a token of appreciation also. It's a Super Bowl 22 football with both teams engraved on it. I'm going to give it to the president upon one circumstance, that he run the right play. And the play is trips right, fake zoom, Larry crisscross. And he got to throw it.
Where's Ricky Sanders?
Here he comes.
On opening day, the Philadelphia Eagles were the first to test the Redskins, but the Redskins wound up testing themselves. Quarterback Jay Schrader left the game with a sprained shoulder in the first quarter. His replacement, Doug Williams, had thrown just one pass as a Redskin. But in his first extensive action, Williams displayed veteran leadership as he directed the Redskins to a convincing 10-point win.
Doug Williams goes back to pass. It's 1st and 10 after a long kickoff return, throwing it down the middle of the mark. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
The next week in Atlanta, Williams threw 3 touchdown passes in a losing cause, a loss that was followed by a player's strike. To field replacement squads, every NFL team needed quality talent in a hurry. And no NFL executive did a better job than Bobby Beathard, the transplanted Californian who has helped keep the Redskins at the top.
I am a general manager a little different from others because I do go out and scout all the time. I'm not one to sit in the office and do paperwork all day. Being out in the field looking for players, that's what I do best.
I can rest assured that since I've been here, Bobby's going to do everything he can to get me that player at that position. He's the kind of guy that walk in a pair of sneakers all the time and a beat-up T-shirt and sit down and talk to anybody. And I think he's a fascinating guy to a lot of people for that reason. He's very different.
Beathard and his scouting staff searched high and low for and found talented players to fill out a roster that quickly became the league's best.
It was a lot of fun, to be honest with you. It was a challenge. It was almost like forming a new league, but you had to do it in 10 days. Heck, the games count, so you have to win the games, and then maybe we'll be able to take advantage of something like this.
Following wins over St. Louis and New York, the Redskins traveled to Dallas to take on a Cowboy team littered with regulars. Joe Gibbs' preparation and the team's execution paid off with a 13-7 upset win.
High formation, motion, handoff, end around. Phillips to the near side. 10, 5 to the 4. Touchdown!
The Redskin replacements retired with a perfect 3-0 record. The next week, Washington veterans returned as the only NFL team where not one player crossed the picket line. It was a testament to the team's solidarity and a crucial factor in the fourth quarter come-from-behind effort against the New York Jets.
Motion by Monk. Snap. Schrader is back, looking in the end zone. Gets it out here in the near flat. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. 2 steps to the left. Sheik says he's ready. Snap. Kick is up. Long enough. It's good. Whoa! Ali Haji Sheik. Okay, Sheik, you can stay a while.
As always, the Redskins got a boost from the finest fans in the NFL. In November, over 53,000 faithful proved to be as big an obstacle to the Detroit Lions as the Redskins' front four.
As if by cue, the crowd comes alive. Crowd exhorted to make some noise. Long turns around to the Ben Bryant and says, I can't hear. He's coming over to the Redskins bench. Let's see if Ben Bryant will penalize the crowd.
Joe Gibbs took off his head. Now he's coming out. I tell you,
Gibbs is asking for quiet.
there's a gentleman. I've never seen a coach do that. They're down to 10 now. Here come the Lions, and the Redskins are ready for it.
Here goes the snap. He's back. Going to get rushed. Sacked. Monty Coleman. Now trying to quiet the crowd.
The Redskins chalked up their 7th win of the season, 20-13,
Williams to pass.
and
Pressure.
found themselves in a familiar position. First place in the NFC East.
Threw a bullet into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Washington Redskins. What an incredible catch by Gary Clark.
The Redskins are a team that knows how to win, from the oldest veteran to the brash new breed that marks their future. Character, that elusive quality that pervades the Redskins roster from top to bottom. It is a family of different personalities, backgrounds, and experience, melded together and fueled by the competitive fire of the NFL's winningest active coach, Joe Gibbs.
If you were playing him one-on-one in racquetball, you'd be scared to death. Not only is he good, but he's a good competitor. And those types of things carry over to his football coaching. He knows how to motivate people. They're going to be well coached. They're going to play hard. And when you're trying to coach against him, you're always worried that he's going to figure something out. We've changed quarterbacks 4 times. We've changed centers 3 times. We don't play the same running back 2 times in a row from down to down. There is an awful lot going on that is out of the normal comfort zone of a head coach.
I guess each season brings its own set of problems and difficulties, and it's just a matter of you handling it better than everybody else does. I think our biggest thing about our football team is our quarterback situation and the fact that we have what we feel like is 2 excellent quarterbacks. That's a coach's dream. If we had that at every spot, I wouldn't have to worry.
As a Redskins starter, Jay Schrader is 26-8. His colleague, Doug Williams, has battled the odds to become one of the most respected quarterbacks in the NFL. In 5 seasons in Tampa Bay, Doug Williams enjoyed the best of times and endured the worst of times. And by 1983, he had hit rock bottom.
Well, 83 certainly wasn't a banner year for myself. First of all, I had a daughter who was born on the 14th of January, and 3 months later, my wife passed. And from there, you know, it was a rocky road because I went through contract negotiation with Tampa Bay, and everything broke down. And that particular point in my life, you know, football really didn't matter to me whether or not I played or not.
He's been through a lot of highs, a lot of lows. And with that, I think brings maturity and the fact that those kind of guys have seen a lot of things and been through some rough things and can lead you through other things.
Back is Doug Williams. Sets up. Plenty of time. Going deep.
What a great pass by Doug Williams. Whoa, did he do it all?
Both Williams and Schrader capitalized on the talents of 3-time Pro Bowler Art Monk. Despite missing 3 games in 1987, Monk became one of the NFL's all-time top 20 receivers. When Monk went down with a sprained knee, in stepped Ricky Sanders. In his first 6 starts, Sanders averaged 5 passes and over 90 yards, including 2 100-yard games and 4 touchdowns. With receivers like Sanders and Monk, along with tight ends Clint Didier and Don Warren, Redskins quarterbacks had a wide array of talented receivers. Add the name Gary Clark, and the Redskins may well have the best in the NFL. Clark posted his 3rd straight 1,000-yard season, added 7 touchdowns, and was named to the Pro Bowl for the 2nd consecutive year. Standing 5'9" and weighing 175 pounds, Clark is tougher than a 50-cent steak, and defenders who try to stop him find they have bitten off more than they can chew. Over the past 5 years, the offensive line has produced its share of All-Pros as well. In 1987, new names like Raleigh McKenzie and Ed Simmons joined veterans Jacoby, Grimm, Bostic, Thielman, and May. They paved the way for Redskin runners like the elusive Kelvin Bryant, number 24, who doubled as the team's second leading pass catcher. Rookie Timmy Smith, number 36, best illustrates where the future of the Redskins running game is headed. Fast forward. Smith, along with Keith Griffin, added depth to a position that featured veteran George Rogers, number 38, who became only the 15th runner ever to pass the 7,000-yard mark in a career. Since the dawn of the Joe Gibbs era, Redskins special teams have ranked among the league's best. In 1987, Dean Hamill, Reggie Branch, Anthony Jones, Terry Orr, Clarence Vaughn, and Eric Yarber all made jolting impressions with this unit, where hitting is a way of life. Perhaps that's where free safety Todd Bowles developed his nose for the ball. And where strong safety Alvin Walton, number 40, honed the skills that made him the team's top tackler. Darrell Green, number 28, has been a fixture at cornerback for 5 fabulous years, and 1987 marked his 3rd trip to the Pro Bowl. Rookie Brian Davis, number 34, added depth to a secondary whose most improved player was also the league's leading interceptor, Barry Wilburn, who 3 years ago was a long shot to even make the team.
I don't think I ever wondered if I'd make the team. I never really doubted my ability, and I don't think my coaches or teammates did. I knew deep down that I could play and that I would make the team, and I was just hoping that I had a chance to get in the games and actually show what I could do.
Quick hitter, throws the pass in the end zone, picked off. It's Barry Wilburn with his 9th at the 10, the 20. He's up to the 25, stumbles at the 30, to the 40, breaks to the middle of the field. He could go all the way. He gets a block. He's gone. It's Barry Wilburn with a 100-yard interception return for a Washington Redskins touchdown.
While the secondary places an accent on youth, the linebackers' strength lies in their experience. Playing together for the last 7 years were Monty Coleman, number 51, Neil Olkowitz, number 52, Rich Malott, and Mel Kaufman, number 55. The youth movement includes linebackers Raven Caldwell and Kurt Govea, while depth on the defensive line is provided by Marcus Cook, number 74, Steve Hamilton, and Dean Hamill, number 78. The Redskins' defensive line gives credence to the phrase, "It's what's up front that counts." This is a unit that may well have the best pair of ends in the game. Charles Mann, number 71, who made his first Pro Bowl appearance, and Dexter Manley, number 72, the NFL's all-time sack leader. Tackles Darrell Grant, number 77, and Dave Butts, number 65, add punch and power to a Redskin defense that has a little bit of everything: strength and savvy, speed and smarts. It all added up to 11 regular season wins and an NFC East title. Next step, the playoffs. Before the Redskins could earn a trip to San Diego, they first had to travel to Chicago, for a rematch of last year's divisional playoff. And it did indeed look like bare weather, especially after the Redskins fell behind 14-0. But this was a team that had come from behind all season, and they did it again in the Windy City.
Back is Doug Williams, sets up, blitz, throws it in a hurry. Didier at the 4, touchdown, Washington Redskins.
By halftime, it was all tied up. And with 3 minutes gone in the third period, the Redskins finally got the jump on the Bears.
Here's the kick. It's a good one. Green driven back to midfield on the far side. He's got the ball up to the 45, far side 40, a seam to the 35, bolts a man to the 30, breaks it to the near side 25, watch out to the 20, near side, he's gone, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Darrell Green returns the punt.
The 21-17 win put owner Jack Kent Cooke's Redskins right where they wanted to be, at home for the NFC Championship game.
Attitude was that we was going to never say die. Basically, that's going to be our attitude going into the next week. No matter how bad things get, we just got to come out and keep on trying until the end, you know. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
San Diego, here we come. Redskins got them on the run. Led by Williams, Golden Arm. San Diego, here we come.
This is the NFC Championship game. The Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. The Redskins, who are finally finishing their roller coaster of a season. And today, one of these two teams takes the final step on the road to the Super Bowl. Up, going deep over the middle, got Kelvin Bryant, the 10, the 5, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Back is Williams, looking right, fires it into the end zone, touchdown, Washington Redskins. One down to the Super Bowl. Fourth down and 4. Wilson takes the snap, looking left, throws it into the end zone, batted away, incomplete. Redskins are going to the Super Bowl. Woo-hoo.
It was perhaps the single biggest play of the Redskins season. They won 17-10 with defense and depth. Now they had but one game to go.
Going to San Diego.
Washington's trip to San Diego marked its third Super Bowl appearance of this decade, more than any other team. The Redskins approached this critical contest with characteristic calm. In fact, Joe Gibbs was as relaxed as he's ever been. But when he opened his eyes early in the first period, he could scarcely believe what he saw. On their first possession, the Denver Broncos scored the quickest touchdown in Super Bowl history. On their next series, John Elway became the first quarterback ever to catch a pass in a Super Bowl. Before Gibbs could blink again, the Broncos had a 10-0 lead.
He's down. Think he hurt his left knee? I think he did.
It was a bad dream that quickly became a nightmare.
Doug Williams will be back in. You better bet on that, because Doug Williams is a competitor. The Washington Redskins offense is back on the football field, and so is number 17, Doug Williams. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Play action fake. Williams going up top. Got Sanders on the fly. Midfield. He's gone, unless they can catch it. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
We coming back. We gonna do it.
In an instant, the Redskins detonated an offensive explosion never seen before in a Super Bowl. It was a quarter second to none, as the Redskins set the tone for a game that would result in 19 Super Bowl records.
To the 40, far side 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Timmy Smith.
By game's end, Timmy Smith had the most yards rushing, Ricky Sanders the most yards receiving, and Doug Williams the most yards passing in a Super Bowl.
It into the end zone. He's got Didier. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Holy cow. Holy cow.
Overshadowed by the offensive firepower was a defense that limited the Broncos to 59 second-half yards, sacked the elusive John Elway 5 times, and intercepted 3 passes.
Timmy Smith up the middle. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
By winning 42-10, the Washington Redskins climbed to the pinnacle of professional football. Williams was named the game's most valuable player, and the Redskins were crowned world champions, a team second to none.
Redskins didn't simply enter the history books Sunday night. They rewrote them. Fellas, what else is there to say but hail to the Redskins?